Hello, my name is Jeanette Flores-O'Brien, and today I will be discussing the Gabrieleño Tongva tribe, the Siletz Tribe Research Ordinance Code 9.100, and the Pala Band of Mission Indians Cupa Cultural Center. The San Gabriel Band of Mission Indians is historically known by four major names: Gabrielino, Gabrieleño, San Gabriel Band of Mission Indians, and Tongva. The identity of Tongva was introduced in the late 1960s. While the name Gabrieleño was a name given to the Tongva people by the Spaniards that colonized their land, the choice to keep the name was made to not erase the identity of the Tongva ancestors who called themselves Gabrieleños for more than a century. The Gabrieleño Tongva tribe inhabited the Los Angeles Basin, Orange, a part of the San Bernardino counties, Santa Barbara, Santa Catalina, San Nicolas, San Clemente Islands, as well as the Southern Channel Islands. The San Gabrielino Tongva language is a division of the Taquic subfamily of Uto-Aztecan. Several local dialects of Tongva were spoken throughout the Los Angeles Basin. The Fernandeño dialect was spoken in the San Fernando Valley. As the San Gabrielino Tongva tribes were nearly decimated by missionization, a few Tongva language speakers survived through the 20th century, and the language was documented between 1914 and 1933. The Mexican-American War Treaty of Guadalupe Hidalgo in 1848 required the United States to maintain and protect California tribes, which included the Gabrielino Indians. The treaty guaranteed that the Gabrielino tribe would continue to inhabit the geographic location of the Los Angeles Basin and all rights to their liberty, property, and religious freedom. But between 1851 and 1852, the United States Army forced California tribes to sign 18 treaties that essentially terminated each tribe's rights to their land in exchange for reservations. The Gabrielinos were relocated to the San Sebastian Reserve, a temporary reservation on the 1.2 million acres promised to the Gabrielino Tongva tribe and other mission Indians. This reserve, along with all the land, was never ceded over to the tribes and instead became private property of the Superintendent of Indian Affairs, Edward Beale, which I have pictured here on the top right. According to Tongva descendant Craig Torres, the Tongva Gabrielino tribe has been in Southern California for at least 10,000 years. Roughly 2,000 Tongva descendants live in Los Angeles today. All members of the Gabrielino Tongva tribe are required to provide approved documentation to prove their Gabrielino Tongva lineage. The Gabrielino Tongva lineage has been confirmed with a certificate degree of Indian blood by ways of the Bureau of Indian Affairs, by historian Thomas Workman Temple II, and various records from the San Gabriel and San Fernando missions. The Gabrielino Tongva tribe is not officially, let's go back here. The Gabrielino Tongva tribe is not officially federally recognized as of 2023. In 1994, the state of California officially recognized the Gabrielino Tongva tribe. The Gabrielino Tongva tribe is currently pursuing federal recognition through legislation before Congress, a petition for federal acknowledgement with the BIA, and a de facto termination lawsuit in federal court. Okay, so now let's move into Research Ordinance Siletz Tribal Code 9.100. Research Ordinance number 9.100 was established December 16, 2000 and amended 3 times with the most recent amendment titled Resolution number 2005-361 on September 16, 2005. The Confederated Tribes of Siletz Indians established this research ordinance to guarantee that all persons residing within the jurisdiction of the tribe are free to live from any unreasonable, harmful, intrusive, ill-conceived, or otherwise offensive research and investigation procedures, and it applies to all persons subject to civil jurisdiction of the Siletz Tribal Court rules and procedures. The ordinance was also established to develop and continue the Siletz Tribe Research Agenda, which aims to ensure adequate tribal and community participation in all research projects the tribe allows. The research ordinance is structured as a civil document with a total of 12 sections. Under the definition section of the research ordinance, Part B, of the section underlines research as including basic and clinical research, behavioral studies, anthropological, archaeological, and other social science studies, educational studies, medical genetic and epidemiological studies, biological, environmental, and natural resource studies, and feasibility and other studies designed to evaluate or test programmatic techniques or to develop basic data in all phases of public administration. Now let's address some points of tension between researchers and tribes and why this document is relevant. The U.S. Department of Health and Human Services identifies several points of tension between researchers and tribes, namely organizational differences, political differences, and cultural differences. These major points of tension in research planning and implementation are suggested to be addressed in order to create a successful partnership between tribal communities and research institutions. Some ways include making sure participating communities have the opportunity to understand and influence the nature of the questions being addressed, the type of data collected, and how the process takes place. Another important way of addressing these points of tension include decolonizing assumptions of ownership so that tribal participants are aware and can share new findings and knowledge gained through the research. Under Section 9.110, Reservations and Terminations of Projects, the ordinance states that the tribes reserve the right to, quote, retain all ownership of all data, documents, correspondence, reports, specimens, or other information of items produced, generated, or gathered by the researcher, unless an express exception is made in the research contract. Overall, the research ordinance, Siletz Tribal Code 9.100, coincides with major ethical research documents disseminated by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the American Indian Law Center. While short in length, it is thorough and comprehensive in nature, which makes it clear that the Siletz tribe mission of ethical research practices within its community and its intent to protect the collective tribal interests and individual members' health and well-being. Now let's pivot to the Cupa Cultural Center. The Cupa Cultural Center is a nonprofit organization that operates under the Pala Band of Mission Indians. The Cupa Cultural Center is located at 35008 Pala Temecula Road in Pala, California. The center is looked after by the Board of Directors, which is responsible for developing and implementing policies and programs that align with the center's mission of preserving, perpetuating, and enhancing traditional cultural practices. The Cupa Cultural Center primarily serves the Pala Band of Mission Indians, a federally recognized tribe located in northern San Diego County, California. The center has a library and archives that contains valuable resources for research and education on Pala's history and culture and is available online. Overall, the Cupa Cultural Center's administration is dedicated to preserving and promoting the traditional cultural practices, history, and values of the Pala tribe. Historically, the Pala tribe, lived in the region that includes what is now San Diego County, California. Current Pala Indian Reservation is located in the northern San Diego County with the tribe overseeing over 16,000 acres of trust and fee lands. Currently, the Pala tribe has 936 enrolled members. Members of the Pala band belong to the Cupeño and Luiseño tribes due to the forced integration by the Spanish Franciscan missionaries in the 1800s. The center's collection includes a range of materials related to the Pala tribe's history, culture, and traditions. These include artifacts, art, photographs, and documents that showcase the Pala tribe's way of life and their relationship with the land. There are also extensive oral traditions and stories housed within the Cupa Cultural Center's collection. In addition to their library and archives, the Cupa Cultural Center also houses a collection of artifacts which include traditional clothing, baskets, tools, and other items used in everyday life. Additionally, the center has made efforts to digitize the collections and make them accessible online for researchers and community members through its online archive, Mulu Wetam. So the Cupa Cultural Center acts as an important cultural entity within the Pala tribal community. The center offers classes, workshops, and other educational programs that focus on traditional practices and cultural heritage. This helps community members to learn about their culture and reconnect to their roots. The Cupa Cultural Center, in partnership with the Pala community, also organizes an annual powwow that aims to honor Native traditions. It hosts dancers, community members, vendors, spectators, all for a day of celebration at the Pala Reservation. The center also hosts and participates in community events such as the annual Cupa Days celebration. These events provide opportunities for community members to come together and celebrate their cultural heritage. One such cultural community event is the Cupa Days celebration, that I've already mentioned. The yearly celebration is in its 48th year and includes cultural entertainment, native arts and crafts, Cupa cuisine, and peon games. The center is also involved in projects to preserve and teach the Cupeño language. This is an important aspect of the Pala community cultural identity. The Indian Self-Determination and Education Assistance Act states that the federal government has a responsibility to assist tribes in the administration of quality programming within their community. And as of 2023, the Pala Band of Mission Indians received the Administration for Native American Grant Award under the American Rescue Plan Act Emergency Native Language Program. This project has allowed the Cultural Center to teach and archive the Cupeño language to members of the community. Language classes are held through Zoom several times a week. Classes are recorded and then archived onto Puluwetam, the online archive available to the community. Those without internet access can be provided with printed materials available at the Pala Learning Center within the Cupa Cultural Center. The center also responds to community needs by adapting its programming and services to meet specific community needs. For example, there is interest in a particular traditional practice or activity, the center may offer classes or workshops on that topic. One example of the Cupa Cultural Center responding to the needs of the community is the Cupa Cemetery Warners Gathering, which is an event that takes place at St. Francis of Assisi Chapel in Warner Springs, California, and allows the community to come together and pray for their ancestors. During the COVID-19 pandemic, the Cupa Cultural Center partnered with the Indian Health Council to provide Huyili I Anish Big Meal and a Great Feast, which was a drive-through luncheon available to the tribal community. Further research that I recommend here is visiting any of these 3 websites. The first is going to be Mapping Indigenous LA, a Tongva story map, which is a virtual map, which was designed by Craig Torres along with Cindy Alvitri in partnership with UCLA. And it's a virtual map that is based on years of research on Tongva placemaking, landscapes, and cultural history. I've also included the Siletz Tribe Band of Mission Indians website, which provides more information on Siletz Tribe heritage services programs, along with additional tribal links. The last link is to the Cupa Cultural Center, which has all of the information I presented, along with a calendar of current events. I want to thank you all for following along with my presentation and for contributing all of your knowledge and thoughtful responses throughout this summer. Thank you.